collection of clips, and then I chopped down one like 6-minute supercut of that. But I have the others, and there's one where he starts just quote everything he's calling it. He'll like quote the Bible to justify calling them that. He has all the references, right? But yeah, you're right. This is someone who uses the Bible as a weapon and as a justification for him behaving terribly. And so he'll say, look, it says right here, whore of Babylon, so I could call your mother a whore. I call your mother a whore and say your mother the whore who does muta with Shias and stuff because it says whore.
Man. That's what Muslims, so that's what Muhammad Hijab does. He says we can call the enemies of Islam, we can insult them and use the private parts because there is precedent to that. The Prophet also did here and and so and so and so. This is what Muslims do. Sam Shamoun is like a Muslim.
He is absolutely like, and also notice it's the same mentality as the Muslims. Like, we'll do whatever we want and we'll condemn you, and you better not expose us, or else, if you do, we'll destroy you. That's what he says to everyone, right? He'll do all the most messed up stuff, and if you even hey dude, this is actually bad what you're doing right now. Shut up! I'll destroy you. Blah 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 blah. Same. It's the same. This guy would be like perfect in dawah. I mean, he'd be the greatest dawah-gandist of all time. It wouldn't matter what this guy became. He could become a Mormon. He would be the ultimate defender of Mormonism. He could join any sect of Christianity or any cult, and he would be the ultimate defender of that position, except for his personal problems and so on. If he became a Muslim, he would be the ultimate dawah-gandist ever. The only difference is his behavior would be completely acceptable.
If he ever becomes a Muslim, I'm pretty sure that he's going to become a Shia Muslim.
Oh, yeah. Just for the muta that he's so obsessed with, he brings it up every 5 seconds.
Obsessed with it, man. He's going to become a Shia Muslim.
Let's see.
I'd spit on you, but my spit is better than you. Because Mango, they're all whores, sons of whores. Because your whore mother likes bald heads to rub her bald ass, because you're a whore like your mother. And you like your bald uncle because he mounts you because you're a whore like your mother. So your mother doesn't complain about bald asses rubbing her bald face and bald heads rubbing her bald ass. You prostitute. Bring your mother out of the darkness of being a whore like your grandmother. And
watch how David Wood completely contradicts himself, right? So David Wood earlier, remember he said that Sam Shamoun would fit perfectly in Islamic dawah. Being a Muslim for Sam Shamoun would be perfect because, you know, those Muslims, they're insulters. Sam Shamoun would fit perfectly in their dawah. Look how David Wood, in the same video, contradicts himself.
Once you and your mother, here's the link. Orthodox faggot. Come on, faggot. Come on, fag boy. Only Orthodox lesbiano, your mother's gay lover. Did they invite your mother too? Because I heard she's a whore, and they like to mount her and defile her because you're a bastard, you little effeminate faggot, you little whore.
I have to say something. I've had very limited interactions with the Orthodox Muslim. From my experiences, the Orthodox Muslim seems to be a more decent person than Sam Shamoun here. And I rarely say that about Muslims.
They all are. The possible exception of like Daniel Hakikachu because of like the obsession with child marriage. That, as far as I know,
Daniel Hakikachu is definitely worse than Sam Shamoun. That goes too far. But I would say that these regular apologists or regular dawah guys are probably more decent people than whatever this thing is.
So that's a complete contradiction. Regular Muslims, or the majority of the Muslims, except for, they said Daniel Hakikato. By the way, Daniel Hakikato, you'd rarely hear him swear, especially nowhere at the level, not even remotely close to Sam Shamoun, but they want to put Daniel in there. Like, what a vomit. But before, remember, they said Sam Shamoun would fit perfectly with the Muslim dawah. He'll be their greatest representative, right? And then they themselves admit, right? They contradict themselves. They themselves admit that Sam Shamoun is the worst. Doesn't even compare to Muslims. Let's listen.
You little effeminate faggot. You little whore.
I have to say something. I've had very limited interactions with the Orthodox Muslim. From my experiences, the Orthodox Muslim seems to be a more decent person than Sam Shamoun here. And I rarely say that about Muslims.
They all are.
Did you hear what David Wood said? He said they all are. They all are. So all the Muslims are better than Sam Shamoun, right? So that's a contradiction.
Variant says the Orthodox Muslim seems to be a more decent person than Sam Shamoun here, and I rarely say that about Muslims.
They all are. With the possible exception of like Daniel Hakikachu because of like the obsession with child marriage. That as far.
So just an exception of Daniel Hakikato, but they all are. So then how does Sam Shamoun fit in our Dawah circles, David? You just exposed and refuted yourself. Remember in a video how Christian Prince says regarding Sam Shamoun praises Christian Prince saying, "We learn from you. Christian Prince, we learn from you. You are our teacher." Well, guess where Sam Shamoun gets his morals, the way he talks. Have a look what Christian Prince, his teacher, says. Christian Prince, he says, if I show you Paul is a prophet in the Quran, can I F your mum for one night? Can I F your mum for one night? Okay? All right, that's Christian Prince, his teacher. So, David Wood, are you going to go after Christian Prince? So this isn't an isolated incident. Sam Shamoun is not an isolated incident. Isolated incident. He copies from his teacher, Christian Prince, from that other filthy mouth, right? But because it's against Islam, you guys stay quiet. But if Christian Prince goes against Christians and starts speaking foul about yous, see what happens. You'll again try and expose Christian Prince. So you guys are all hypocrites, right? The Muslims are nowhere even remotely close to the filth that comes out of your mouths. Look what the Quran says. It's David Wood, the liar snake, the liar serpent says, he will fit perfectly in Islam. Look what the Quran commands in 6108. Do not insult those they invoke besides Allah, lest they insult Allah in enmity without knowledge. Look what the beautiful Quran says. Do not insult those who invoke besides Allah, meaning the Christians, the pagans. These are the ones who invoke besides Allah, like the Trinity or the elephant gods, the paganistic gods in Hinduism. Do not insult those who invoke besides Allah, lest they insult Allah in enmity. So don't insult their gods, because if you do, then out of hatred and ignorance, they'll insult your gods. Look what it says here clearly. Islam's position is crystal clear. Don't mock their gods. Don't provoke them. Don't engage in childish insults. Debate with wisdom and dignity. Now compare that to the Bible. Listen to this. Now compare that to the Bible. Elijah mocks the gods of pagans. 1 Kings 18:27. Paul calls idol worshippers ignorant. Acts 17:23. The Bible labels the gods of other nations as demons. Psalms 96:5 and Deuteronomy 32:17. Now, David Wood brings up some, Muhammad Hijab said something about we can insult their gods, and there's some references in Abu Bakr where he spoke ill about the pagan goddesses or gods, right? But if you have a look at the narration, Abu Bakr was actually insulted first, and then he insulted back. But even then, this happened before the Revelation 6108, which commands Muslims do not insult their gods or they will insult Allah. So that claim came before the revelation of the Quran. Ibn Kathir says, this verse was revealed because Muslims insulted the idols of the mushrikeen, so Allah forbade it. So Allah forbade it. The Quran does not allow mockery, insults, name-calling, provoking the enemy. Why is that? Because such behavior leads to greater harm, because then the unbelievers start insulting Allah.